For 43, I'm Tyler.
I'm not Tim.
He's not 10. Okay, all right, I'm not Tyler then. We did this joke before, and it hit just as badly last time.
That's why I'm redoing it.
I love a remake. Um, so what's going on, Tim?
What do you mean, what's going on?
I,
What's
I,
going on with you, huh?
I've heard we're doing a rendition of 12 Angry Men in VR. Just now. We literally just said it.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah, pretty much. And some other things as well. You know, I've been working recently,
Mm.
dieting,
Wow.
exercising on my,
Gee
my, my
golly.
free time off now that I'm a college graduate. You know, I've been applying places, looking for jobs,
What a nerd.
doing a hell of a lot of writing, you know, because
Mhm.
in the, like when the semester's not going on, there's not a lot of tech problems because no one's using the tech at the school. So there's like no
Naturally.
reason. I shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't even have a job right now. I'm getting paid to write scripts for 4 hours.
Okay. Welcome to the Somewhat Ear Rape podcast, where no one knows what's going on.
You'd never be too sure, you know. I'm
What do you
trying
mean you
something
can't be
new.
too sure?
I like to keep people, on their toes. You know.
I have doubts.
I don't. I am not Meryl Streep in doubt. I do not have doubts.
You strike me as a person with plenty of doubts.
I really got to disagree with you there. That's you, Tim. You're projecting again. Stop it.
I don't project.
Stop projecting.
I just judge.
How about the PUBG ban in India? Did you hear about
No. Yeah.
that?
Uh,
All right.
that's. It's just such.
Yeah, give me your take
It's
because I know what I think of it, obviously, but
Well, it's just the deal with freaking like prohibition. That's all it is. Just like you're banning a commodity because you're not willing to put people or have people be responsible for
yeah,
themselves.
like wasn't there a fitness dude that like was self harming himself over the game or something along those lines?
I don't know. I just know like what one guy. There's like one guy who is like self harm. They said it like made people aggressive and like one kid committed suicide because he didn't have a phone that could play it.
Right, right. Let's adjust the chat real quick. Aviantic said, "Holy shit, it's back." That it is.
Classic avian.
Wendigos 99 said, "Hey, dude. Hello. Say hi, Tim. You know
Welcome.
Wendigos.
Do I?
You do. It's Madison.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah.
yeah.
What's up, Madison?
So Madison's here. Yeah, we were just talking about the PUBG ban in India, but yeah, I'm fairly certain I read that there was a fitness trainer that was self harming over PUBG,
What?
and I was like, number one, I don't think he was harming himself over PUBG, and if he was, that's not the game's fault. He
Yeah.
has an issue.
Yeah.
He had some mental issue. I think I read something about
It's just
people
it's
committing suicide over there over PUBG, and I was like, I think there were some other contributing factors, like the fact that they lived in India. I mean, that would drive me to it.
and then like a primary thing is that they're just like, oh well, students are not performing as well as they could be, and just like, so why aren't their parents, stepping in, just like, hey, take a break and study?
Yeah, you know what happened to me? My parents would
Hmm.
throw me outside, and lock the door, and hand me my math book and say, "Do your shit," and then you can come back. And well, they didn't do that, but they would. They take away my game system if I didn't fucking study, and if I got horrible grades. This is on the parents more than anything on the
Yeah.
school side of things, or even
Yeah, it's-
you could even throw it to the teacher if you want to get really blaming, but it's not on PUBG or the creator behind PUBG, like
Hmm.
I'll
It's-
never understand. I've been reading up on a bunch of old game controversies. Like I watched a bunch of videos on Bully recently,
Yeah.
and I saw how much hell that game went through before it was even released. People were like, "This is encouraging
Ugh.
bullies," and fucking, this is a Columbine simulator. I was like, "There's no guns in the game.
What?
There's not even any actual functioning gun. You have a potato gun. You shoot potatoes
Yeah.
at people."
I mean, it's just people talking out of their element as usual, but like it's just, and it like loops back to the people are like I'm sure there's a lot of people upset that video games are a. It's now recognizable that you can be addicted to video games.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
the thing is that we already have that. That's just with every single like other like medium
Everything,
where people
everything
can
that
get
exists.
addicted
Yeah,
to.
you can. I can always say you can get addicted to anything. It's all
Yeah,
about taking
yeah.
stuff in moderation. You know,
Like
if I do cocaine
Yep.
once a year, I won't be addicted to cocaine because I only do it once a year. But if I do cocaine
Yeah.
every day, every day of the week, I'm like, oh shit, it's 6 a. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Like by the end of the week, I'm gonna be like, I need it. So if you do anything too much, you're gonna grow an addiction to it. So
mhm.
I'm addicted to Red Dead Online. Let's see what else do we. Oh, and Aviantix brought up Night Trap because I was talking about. Do you know about Night Trap?
No.
It was a live action. It was like a live action game where you had to protect these like teenagers from being attacked by these dudes. I don't know the exact storyline of it,
Hmm.
but yeah, people got up in arms about that game because like women were harmed in it or something, and like you could supposedly see people die in gruesome ways, even though whenever someone would die in that game, there would be so much going on. I mean, I guess it is kind of fucked because they would like have these little devices that they would drain the young people of their blood with. And I'm like, okay,
What?
yeah, that's kind of crazy. This is what I'm remembering. I haven't seen Night Trap in a long ass time. The fucking thing came out before I was born. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, this is what I remember of it. But people were up in arms over that. But why was there no? I don't remember hearing a big. Oh well, I guess there was. Hi Tanner. Tanner is here now. Everyone say hi to Tanner.
Hello.
There was a big up in arms about what's it called? What the Atari game where you like rape Native Americans?
Oh yeah.
Custard's Revenge.
Yeah.
General Custard's Revenge. Oh man, I wonder who the hell thought that was a good idea. There were.
It was
I
what, the 80s?
That was before
To be
like
fair,
the
the
internet
80s
was
was
even a
the
huge
80s.
thing. So that's like shit posting in the 80s.
Yeah.
That game is just a big shit post. Can you? I'd like to think that Hatred was just one big shit post because that's what it feels like, But
Yeah, hopefully. At the best case scenario.
what has that company done since that game? Have they done anything since
Who?
that game?
Who was the company? Let's see, let me-
Hatred Incorporated, the classic video game company.
Hatred.
Company.
It's $5.99.
Oh, Destructive Creation.
It's positively reviewed.
Oh, is it really? Okay,
Well,
I'm looking at their
recent reviews are
website.
mixed, but
Uh,
it's by Destructive Creations.
yeah, I'm looking at their website right now.
Ancestors. I don't know.
Yeah, they've got Ancestors Legacy.
Daymare.
Is Defense. They don't even have Daymare on here. They must be ashamed of it. It's not on their website.
Folia, Dear Father.
What in the world is all this shit? Alright, well, whatever their Ancestors game is, it's fucking 35 fucking bucks. So it better be some good shit. Oh,
It
it's
came
just
out
like
last year.
What is this?
Mostly positive.
I can't even tell what this is. Is it like a RTS?
Okay, that is a loud trailer. Ah. Okay.
Shit, I thought it was me again.
Is this a strategy game?
It looks
or-
like RTS, I think.
Let me see.
It was like Medieval Red Alert. This is pretty graphic,
Can I have
though.
some gameplay and not just trailers? Okay, thanks.
I mean, if this is the shit that's in the game, I might be half tempted to buy it because it looks fucking brutal as hell. But I don't think this is what the game really is. So,
Hmm.
what's this? The reveal
Let me see.
trailer.
It looks like it's most of the game, like the game or the trailer stuff, is game footage.
Yeah, no. If this is what the game is, I fucks with it. I dig it. But I can't tell
Yeah.
if this is how it is.
Yeah, well, it's more like squad based. You build
Right.
squads and then they fight each other and then they die. Bunch of nerds.
Such as war. Speaking of war, I've been playing Arma 2 a lot recently. And those games, hard as fuck. I
Did you
sorry, go ahead.
did you see the new DLC for Arma 3?
What is it?
It actually looks pretty fucking interesting.
What is it?
It's like it's sort of like the what am I looking for? It's very like Area 66.
Okay.
You're dealing with like monster like aliens.
Aliens and shit.
Like you're it's maybe more like XCOM sort of deal.
Yeah, okay.
Where you're like a
Right.
military dealing with like
Yeah.
alien
I
intrusion.
get you. Okay, that's an interesting direction for them to go.
So I'm pretty hyped about that. picked that
I
up.
got into Arma because I saw the Guilt and Remembrance mod. Have you seen
what?
that?
No.
It's called Guilt and Remembrance. It's a mod for Arma 3 where if you kill a civilian, you get tasked with the objective of either burying their body or taking the body to their closest relative.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was like, huh, that seems hella fucked up. Let me
I
in
know
on
which
this.
option I'm taking.
And I've been playing 2 recently. And yeah, it's just really fucking unforgiving. I don't know if you've played any of them, but
No.
I've played Arma 2. I've been playing Arma 2, and I've been actually playing Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead because it takes place in like Afghanistan, or I think they call it, or maybe it's supposed to be Pakistan because they call it Takistan in the game.
Oh god.
And they have these little missions where you can just patrol around and whatnot. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do that because that seems cool as shit to me, and I want to find out if it's multiplayer so that we can squad up and patrol Pakistan together, you know. But sometimes it taught me how bombing squads work, you know, and the way that if you set, you need to set the bombing squad a distance away from you. Because I was sitting outside the base and I was like, oh, I'm gonna target it here and they're just gonna bomb that general area. Oh no.
Yeah.
No. They bombed that whole circumference of that area.
Oh.
And so I'm standing there, and I was in multiplayer, and and I was doing this in I think it was Arma 3. But these guys were like, "Come on, dude, get back!" And I was like, "But I want to watch the explosions, though." And they were running off, and then this one guy was like in the base trying to get a hold of, like, he was scavenging pretty much, I believe, for ammo. They're like, "You need to get the hell out of here." He's like, "Give me a goddamn," and then, poof, oh shit! And then he started running out of there. And there's all these fucking bombs dropping around him. He's like, "Oh shit, Jesus, God!" And I was just like, "Oh, that's why we moved. Okay, I understand now." But yeah, no, and you know they apply the rules of engagement. I like the missions where you like start out on a ship, and you have to get on a helicopter, and they fly you into the area, and you have to sit through the whole helicopter ride. And so I'm sitting there with my mates. I'm like, so, you guys seen
America?
Cowboy Bebop, or how about the Puppy Bowl? You guys, I like the Puppy Bowl. Then we get out and we start patrolling
My
around.
favorite.
And HQ's like, hey, can you go fuck these guys up? And we're just like, yeah. But sometimes you gotta. It's really, it's a sprawling map, you know. So you got to really prepare yourself to be shot at from any direction at any time. You can be walking down the road, you're like, oh, I'm having such a good day. I can't wait to go do this objective. Oh.
Well.
Oh, no. Then all your team's like, oh,
Well,
shit. So they all get on the ground. You're like, I'm fucking bleeding out over here. Someone fucking help me. And what I do like is that whenever you get, like, in-capped, you know, like how we do in Left 4 Dead, and someone has to come over and help us back up. If you're, like, in the middle of a fire, you can actually drag your teammate like out of the battle, or you can fireman carry them out of the battle too. And I really like that because I remember in one situation we were taking over this town, or we were trying to take this town back, and this huge like military, what are they called? The APC. An APC rolled up, an enemy APC rolled up, and this fucking guy was like, he's in the middle of the road, like, fuck, somebody help me, please. And so I run over and I'm dragging his ass, and I see the APC coming on, like, oh shit! I'm like, please start shooting. And
I knew you well.
yeah. And so No, and there were times where it worked out for me, and I managed to get the person out of the line of fire, and lay them down and heal them and whatnot. And then other times,
True hero.
oh yeah, and then other times there would be I would get shot the fuck up while I'm trying to drag someone. They're like, just drop me. I'm like, no, it's too late. I'm already dragged your ass this far. If you're going down, I'm going down with you. Which has just renewed my interest in my movie Inglorious, where we have this huge, this big Vietnam War scene. And I'm actually going back and rewriting Inglorious now that I have a thorough understanding of film, and I'm not just like, I want to make an action film. And there's going to be detectives, and there's going to be shooty shoots and war, and it's going to be really cool. Now I'm trying to make it to where both the protagonist and the antagonist have the sympathy of the audience, and it's going to be left up to them to decide who to root for. So that's
The
what
audience is gonna have to make some decisions.
Exactly. You guys are gonna have to think. I know it's hard, but yeah, no, and I think I'm like 20 pages into it so far. So I've written like 20 some odd pages on top of what I already wrote for the other movie.
Oh,
So
well, hey,
I'm
look
back
at
into
you.
writing features now. I sharpened my teeth on some shorts, and now I'm back writing big old scripts. Which means the college is gonna have to end up paying for a lot of paper. Because I print my
Wait,
script.
what?
Yeah, I print my scripts at the college. I don't print them here. I go to work and like there's this computer lab next to my office. And so what I'll do after like my bosses have gone home is I'll take my keys and I'll go in there and I'll print out whatever script I need, and then I'll staple it in my office, and I just take it home with me. They tell me you can use our assets, since you work here. So I'm like, I'm interpreting that in the way that I need to, So I'm like, oh, your assets, okay. I'm gonna assume that includes the paper next door. So yeah.
Your words, not mine.
You know what? What are you doing? What are you doing nowadays, Tim? Are you still working over at ENMU?
I never worked at ENMU.
Is that a fact? I thought you worked at the bookstore over there.
Well, I mean, that's just like seasonal.
Does that not qualify as working at ENMU?
Well, I mean, actually, no, because I work specifically at Barnes and Noble.
It's a separate entity, like it is here
Yes.
at the community. Oh, that's stupid and gay.
What?
No, but are you still doing that or no? Not right now.
Recently there was a bit of a mix-up because the manager changed, so to be determined.
Oh, well, I don't like that. I'll be working at the college until I get a new job, so that's where I'm at now.
Being some desk jockey, am I right?
At least I get to work on my projects,
True.
It gives me time. I get a lot of time to think. Although there is this guy who comes in and he has, it's so weird. They've set up like another, hey, he is making the money. I am doing that. I get paid this Friday, on God. They've put this like desk. It used to be just me, and now they've put up a cubicle. And this other guy works in there now, so it's less comfortable than it used to be, because I could just sit in there and watch like our old streams and watch me go nah, and you'd be like, oh no, and it was a good time. You know what? And watching those old streams, there's a lot of memes I want to bring back.
Oh my god.
The book. Shouts
Of
out
course.
to fucking everything. Just all the good shit, But yeah.
Everything that made us us.
You know what really brought in my viewers, people enjoy me screaming and yelling all the time and getting angry with you for being alive. So who knows? But yeah, so I've just been writing a shit ton and working. What have you been up to, Tim? How did that thing go with the story that you submitted to be published or whatever?
I haven't heard anything yet, so
Do they have like a set
Still
date that they have to get back to you by, or?
no, they just not at least in the email. But I have been reading over today. I just finished reading the entirety of Freudian slip.
Oh, wonderful.
So
I was talking to Chris about it earlier, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for Tim to get back to me, and then once Tim gets back to me, I can get back to everyone with the whole script. So, but yeah,
and right now I'm on the phase of just writing down points that I think could be changed.
Okay.
So
okay,
I just been up on that. I've been throwing around the idea of for the next thing I'm gonna try to write is I usually do a first person perspective, at least
Okay.
in short stories,
Right,
because
right.
I enjoy that.
yeah, me too.
But recently I've just been toying with the idea of trying a third person perspective.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, well, that's just because I was thinking of this one story, which I'm just like, a lot of my processes nowadays are just like, I'm just gonna write this, and if I enjoy it, then I can just continue with it.
That's about
later.
where I'm at. Yeah.
Or like, if I like write one short story, I could just turn it into like a series of short stories.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then this one I'm just like, maybe I'm playing around with the idea of making it a actual like a longer length one, and would it work just being a first person
Right.
narrative.
Yeah.
So
I'm sort
I
of
just been thinking about that.
I'm sort of experimenting, as you can probably tell from reading Freudian Slip, but it's going to be even more prevalent in this one that I'm working on now with branching narratives. With Inglorious, I'm doing 2, and we follow 2 characters' storylines, and they're sort of the antagonist and protagonist to each other. And at one point, one of the characters dies, and there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that, in his storyline at least, because he obviously meets other people that the other character doesn't ever end up meeting or ever coming in contact with, and so those characters are just going to kind of disappear from the story arc after that character dies, because that's how it would work, There'd be no reason for the other characters.
Vested.
Yeah, there's no reason for the other characters to be involved in the other character's storyline because they never come into contact with each other. So, yeah, I'm just experimenting around with that. Death is always fun. I enjoy writing about death. It's a thing that interests me.
Yeah, I think what just got me into my third person stick is just because I was just thinking there's the amount of characters that I'm trying to juggle with, and especially because it's just the purpose of because with the first person you have to stick by with one character.
Absolutely right.
So that's why it just came to it was just like a small epiphany to me where I was just like, oh well, this is why there is no longer piece there's not a bunch of longer pieces that are first person narrative. It's because the sticking with one character can get tedious.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's very restrictive too.
So in this sense, I was just like, okay, yeah, I want to make there's gonna be the main character, which is gonna be, is mainly going to be the antagonist.
Right.
But then there's gonna be another character which I want people to be like the one who's they support.
Mm-hmm.
But there's then another one there's just multiple characters where I want people to follow.
Okay.
And I want them to be the main focus.
Right.
Support.
Main character should always be Tyler. I agree. Cast me, Tim. Put me in one of your stories. How meta can we make this? How meta can we make something?
I'll make you the main character, the character that dies. Oh wait, that's 2 of them.
Wow! Oh, spoiler alert! You fucking no. I've been actually writing a really meta piece about it's me talking to myself pretty much, and it's like it's like a physical sort of manifestation of me, one side of my brain versus the other side of my brain, pretty much is what it is. And I'm just having a blast writing my own, because the dialogue, it's just my own internal thoughts about myself and my work and the people around me. So it's going to be, a lot of people are probably going to get their feelings hurt, which is fine. I'm hurting my own feelings for 90% of the short, so get over it. He's the greatest. I am. That brings me to something I do want to ask you, Tim. So overall, Freudian slip. How do you feel about it?
I gotta say that whenever like the middle part where like there's the interactions between all the when everyone like sort of like comes together,
Right.
I was really invested into it. I was very it was like, you know, it was a rom-com, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I just want to see where all the like everyone had pretty good connections with each other.
Yeah,
you know?
it made sense. It didn't feel like I was just like, these people are together now.
Yeah.
Like the amalgamation of a child holding two dolls and making them kiss. You know, I didn't want that to happen. So I was like, these people
Yeah.
have to meet under circumstances that make sense for their character. So
Yeah.
you know,
And talk about meta, but then you're just like we already discussed Tim last week.
we did,
character.
we did.
But then like whenever the main character's just like, well, you know, it's just like, oh, what was your minor? Just like creative write or English with the emphasis on creative writing. I'm just like, Tyler.
Tyler, is that you? Is that me? Who are you trying to channel here? Because so I was looking into it and I was like, do they have that? Is that a thing? Because I don't understand minoring and majoring in something. Because I never minored in anything. I just majored in general studies and then criminal justice. So I never understood what a minor in something really was. And then I looked into it and I was like, oh, well, that'd be a great plot point if he minored in something else. And so I was like, bam! And then I was like, what's the only other thing that I know besides psychology? And I was like, I don't want to make him be like a fucking... I don't want him to just take up, you know, what she does for a living just because, you know, he's with her, because then that feels like now he's being too dependent on her for things. So I was like, I want to give him his own thing. And then I was like, writing. I know that inside and out. I know all about being published and all this shit. So here we go. So I made him a writer, you know, towards the end of it.
Well, it just feels weird because I literally have a creative writing mind.
Do you really?
So I was just like, Tyler.
Are you making fun of me? Am I being
No,
mocked?
I'm just saying that. Well, I'm just saying, like, is this just like, what is that, a biography?
Yeah,
like
right.
just disguised.
Oh yeah, because he's also a psychology student, isn't he? And you're a psychology student. Holy shit!
I just
I
like
didn't even make that connection
I just gonna
until
be
now.
feels bad because I can just imagine people just see this and they just look at me just like, this is this wish fulfillment for Tim. I'm just like, what?
And the thing is, I didn't even like consult you on the character. I didn't even know you were a minor in creative writing until you said it just now.
Yeah. Now knowing this, I can just be like, this is all just coincidence.
Oh, and that's so funny because the first script I ever wrote was called Purely Coincidental. So there you go. It's all full circle. And I you know what? That's great. I'm gonna put that on the IMDb page. All this little trivia right here. The other writer, Tim Gettle, is actually a psychology major with a minor in creative writing. Tyler McAllister did not know this at the time of writing the script. And so the dramatic irony here, the real life dramatic irony here, is the fact that Alexander is just literally Tim and Tyler put into a character.
You could see the discussion take place on episode 46 of their Somewhat Okay podcast.
You know what? I'm gonna start doing that on the IMDb pages, like under the references. Discussed in Somewhat Okay podcast episode Shoobity Boop Bop. So, because we had an entire episode dedicated to cashing checks for salvation. So I mean, why the fuck not? Although in terms of new films, and by the way, your notes, like how far on those are you? Like when should I maybe expect to see them?
Either tomorrow or Friday. I should definitely have them.
And I'm guessing, are these like all minor grievances, or is there like some
Majority
kind
of them are minor.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I think the only major plot one
Mm-hmm.
was just in the terms of degree.
Degree.
Because,
Okay.
well, like what his like the qualifications
Okay.
Alexander would have.
Okay. Yeah, and you know I don't know about those, and I went to look them up, and I got tired reading them. So I said, you know what? Tim's a psychology major. He can decide this.
I looked it up too, just because therapy isn't exactly the field that I'm interested in.
Right.
But I did find one one site that looked fairly reputable.
Okay.
It's called Positive Psychology.
We have to cite our sources
But, like,
into the script.
But whenever I looked at the article, they had like a large sheet of references. So I'm just like, okay, this is fair. This should be.
This looks vetted.
Yeah.
this looks
So I was just like, this just makes sense, and it was just like more going over that usually people who would have this would be in their like masters or doctorate.
Okay, and did I say he had like a?
It's mostly based around that he's just like a recent graduate.
Okay, and he should have like his doctorate.
Yeah, he should. Well,
He could be a
let me
recent
see.
grad and be like he just recently got his doctorate. I could say I don't know. I don't know how college.
Maybe
works.
like his masters,
Okay.
because doctorate would be a lot longer.
Okay,
But
so we should give him a master's instead of whatever I
Yeah.
said he had.
it still makes sense. I mean, a master still had to be around school.
Right.
campuses,
Yeah,
so.
of course. But yeah. Okay, so there's that. Was there anything else? Let me check
And
these notes. I hate all of it. You need to fucking stop, Tyler. Just go into a criminal justice career already. Jesus.
just become a cop and
Just
get
become
shot.
a cop. You know, beat up minorities like you've always dreamed of. Stop killing them in your movies. It's all a fantasy. It's all a fantasy. You were saying?
And I guess the only other point is that technically, whenever he would just be like introducing himself, he wouldn't say a I mean, you could do like a joke that like they're just like, oh, so you're like a therapist. He's just like, well, I'm specifically a psychotherapist, but I'm. Yeah.
Oh, right. You gotta specify, because he would. Specify.
Yeah, and psychotherapists are the ones who are just like talk about your issues, and they're just like,
Right,
oh, well,
right.
what if you tried this?
Right. Okay. So he would be a psychotherapist whenever he would,
Hmm.
or would he say that?
What,
Would he
a psychotherapist?
just specify that he's a psychotherapist, or?
Well, like whenever he's introducing himself, like like in a bunch of the dates, are just like, oh, what do you do? He's like, oh, well, I'm a psychotherapist at
Okay.
the clinic. And
Yeah,
it's like,
that makes sense.
so
Okay. And I also wanted to ask you, because I'm not sure about this, and you might not be sure about this, but are therapists, when they're in the clinic, are they under a contract? Can they just put in 2 weeks, say, fuck you, I'm leaving? I assume they have to transfer their patients to another therapist, and that's a whole nother process, I assume.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know
Okay.
about that.
I know a therapist, so
That's big adult issues.
that's
Where you're
actual
just like,
therapist issues.
we're only used to dealing with these part-time jobs where you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, here's my 2 weeks.
Or
Goodbye.
they're like, you get the fuck out of here, and it's like, okay, I guess I'm gone.
Yeah.
I've never had a job where they've been like, sign the fucking contract, you cocksucker. And it's like, you're ours for 2 years now. Oh, okay, fuck. Alright. Even then, I think you can opt to like have your contract terminated, can't you?
Probably.
Or maybe
yeah.
if I just like piss on enough patients, they'll fire me. Or I'll go to jail for public indecency and whatever urinating on someone classifies that. Is that assault? I feel like that might be assault.
I think that's assault.
I mean, I'm the criminal justice major here, and I'm gonna say it's assault. That seems like we never covered a case where that specifically happened, but I'm just gonna assume that's assault and call it a day. So
Good job, New Mexico.
way to go.
We never had someone urinating on someone else's case.
But yeah. So well, I'm glad to. So you like it? I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good. That's good, because I was hyping it up to Chris. I was like, I don't normally like talk up my writing and like, this is so great, you know. I'll be like, here's my script. Let me know what you think of it, because I very much value what other people think of the script a lot more than I do. And I think this is the best script I've written, honestly, which shocks me because it's my first rom-com, and I was never growing up. I was never like, I want to go watch a rom-com. But when I was writing this, I've been watching them constantly. And for the longest time, I was stuck at 33 pages. And then at some point, I was just like, I gotta do it. Then I sat down. And you have the most recent version, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one from
'cause
Sunday.
Okay, cool. I hope that's the most recent version.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I said I hope that's the most recent version.
It better be.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here like, did I add anything on recently since Sunday? I don't think so. Because I'm pretty sure I sent you the Sunday one. I was like, I'm done. No mas.
This is it.
No more.
They review it. They can change whatever.
Tim's gonna say it sucks. Fuck him. This is the final. Yeah. I was pretty much like, this is it. I'm debating on if I want to just make this one or if I want to submit it to some screenplay contest and try that out. But I have a certain anxiety about submitting to screenplay contests because people can just read my script and be like, I like this idea. I'm taking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so whereas once I have a film made, it's very hard to just steal that idea and run with it from there.
Yeah,
You know?
it's yours. It'll be posted everywhere.
Yeah,
And
my name's all over the poster. I'm on the IMDb page. Tanner said, but now. And yeah, and I was saying, but now I think I've watched more rom-coms this year than I've ever watched in my entire life. So,
are you just like compensating?
I think that the reason I never wrote a rom-com is because I'd never seen any, and like I didn't know what they had to be about. I mean, I'd seen a few before this, but now I've seen so many that I'm like. But I also had to think to myself, how can I do a rom-com but make it unique to something I would do? You know?
Yeah.
Because every time I try to do something, I'm like, how can I do it? How can I do it but different?
You don't want to just make a rom-com just because it's a rom-com.
Yeah, you know, and I don't just want to put something else, something super generic out. There's 1,000 rom-coms, you know. What's gonna make mine stand out? I think having Sigmund fucking Freud in your rom-com is definitely enough to make people at least double take when they read the poster, you know. They're like, yeah, it's a rom-com starring Sigmund Freud. It's like what? And Chris is all for it. He's psyched for this. He loves this.
He's psyched for this?
Yeah. No, I was telling him about it, and I got this picture. Christy sent me this picture of Sigmund Freud. And he looks so much like Chris in like the final years of his life. Exactly. I showed it to Chris, and I was like, look at this. And Christy has like the glasses that Freud used to wear. I was like, Chris, this is perfect for you. And then when I read that pajama thing, I pitched it to Chris. I was like, you get to be comfortable for the entire, you don't have to wear some fuck ugly suit. You can wear pajamas for the entire movie. Because it just makes sense that
this ain't like the terrible old man.
You get to be, yeah, you don't have to end up being me either. But yeah, so no, I'm real excited for this one. I think this is great. This is a great little Jimmy Jam.
I'm just happy that the majority of these scenes will not be in the middle of the freezing cold.
A lot of these, I was very conscious about setting scenes outside. So you notice there's a very small amount of outside scenes in this one because I was self-conscious. I was like, I don't want to fucking. And there's a couple of scenes where Freud's outside, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to take Chris outside at night in pajamas. He'll get over it. Chris is a tough guy.
This should be fine.
But yeah, he's really excited. He's like, send me a bunch of stuff about Freud. Send me like what you've been reading so I can get an idea of like, because if I'm gonna act as Freud, I want to act as Freud. And I'm like, okay, I totally get that, and I want you to act as Freud because the main thing that I was really self-conscious about and really concerned about when I was writing this was that I didn't want Freud to, number one, seem like he wasn't integral to the plot, which you've read the ending, so you know he is extremely integral to the plot. And two, I didn't want it to seem like I'm just using Freud as a gag. You know, something that's like, oh, look, it's different because Freud's here. You know, I wanted to make something that... And I wanted Freud to be important in it, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't want him to feel like, oh, Freud's here sometimes, you know? Oh, that Freud's so goofy. No, I love the car scene with him where he's like...
Yeah, just yelling, and then it just, like, cuts to, like...
And I'm thinking when it cuts to the people, like, in the car, it's going to be me and you. And we're just going to be like... I'm going to, like, roll my window up and, like, start talking to you and pointing it over at the therapist. I love that scene. I didn't script the rant because I just want the... I want the actor to just say whatever he's feeling. And I'm going to tell Chris, I want you to just talk about eels fucking constantly throughout the day to this guy.
It's like he's just in the background, just like holding two imaginary eels. Like, can't you see?
Like two stuffed eels, you know, and he's just like mashing them together. Oh my god, the scenes with
Make a
Freud are
political
some of
joke,
the
it's just like,
funniest
well,
shit.
That's why Trump's building the wall.
You see,
And then you just like look over, just like they're white.
you're Filipino. Why are you even saying that?
Alls don't stop the ocean.
What the fuck are you? You're here on a visa. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Just pulls out a gun. No one
Stop
needs to know
talking.
that.
Oh god, yeah, and just like all of the scenes, I feel like Freud has like the funniest scenes in the movie. A lot of them, like whenever Alexander's reading over his patient's files, and Freud's like bent over. So what are you? He's looking. Could you not do that? It's like, do what? Or he said something. And he's like, yeah, I think it's in violation of the HI, of the HIPAA, whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Austin pitched that to me. He was like, you should include this because I just sent him that little part where he's like, could you not do this right now? He was like, you should include the thing about the HI. You know, and I was like, yeah, and I looked into it, and I'm glad I did because Freud wouldn't know what that is.
Yeah, because it was made post.
Yeah, it didn't exist until 1996, so it wouldn't make sense for him to know what that is. He died in 1939. I know so much about Freud now that I feel like it's just going to become conversation for me. I'm like, look at those eels. I'm like, you want to know what Freud did with eels at the University of Vienna?
Yeah, most of this I just had to diverge to you because in class they're just like, we don't get to know who Freud was as a guy.
Yeah.
We just know about his studies.
Yeah, I know that he was a cokehead. I know that he took a lot of morphine too, because back then it was just like the priest would be up there like, and in Jesus' name, you know, like cocaine was just what weed is right now. You know, they're just slowly legalizing it everywhere, except cocaine was completely unregistered. No, it wasn't illegal. People were just like, oh, just give Timmy some cocaine and send him to bed. You know, like it was fine. So Freud perfectly fine.
This white cup, just go to the corner shop in the middle of the night. Just like,
can I get some
Timmy
of that,
can't go to sleep. Can you?
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Oh no!
Oh god, yeah. So I played around with that, and I came to the conclusion that I think Freud, while jarred at it at first, he would love the modern day, with where we are with sexuality and everything. I think he would love this shit. How open it is. He's like, I put in the script, I don't even need to bring people into study anymore. They just have everything out in the open.
Yeah.
You just check their Instagram bio, you know their sexuality, you know what their fetish is. It's perfect. I love this Tinder that you people have created. It's wonderful. And then Freud getting with modern slang, was that one of your gripes too? Or did you feel like that was fine?
I liked it updated. Like whenever he was just like, that's lit, and then it's just like, oh, it was like, I saw it on it was moving pictures. It's like, okay, that's acceptable.
Yeah, you were like, this is fine. This is fine.
And then like Alex is just like, I'm not going to explain.
I love it so much.
I'm not going to explain the internet to you.
Oh my god, yeah. And then with the updated, you know, calling him doctor thing throughout.
Yeah.
With the nice ending that really makes your heart just go, maybe Sigmund Freud wasn't such a bad guy. I mean, no one's going to think that when this movie's over. But
I mean, he was racist, but you know.
It fucking happens sometimes. You just, you know, consider Africans to have a lower mentality than the white man. It's fine. You know what? No one thinks about that. You know, and I learned a bunch of things that I thought were interesting, too, like the fact that he spoke 3 languages. I thought was interesting. He speaks German, French, and English.
Yeah, it makes sense for... To be fair, that's pretty common in like all of Europe.
Oh, I'm sure.
All, like,
I'm sure. But it was just
we have so many languages.
It was something that I had to think of, you know, because I was like, is it okay for me to have Freud speaking English? Like, would this be fine? And then I was like, oh,
yeah, especially.
You know, I don't want to whitewash anyone, so.
But
shh. He's a white man. He's a white man, Tyler. No, Freud.
We're having Black Sigmund Freud.
Can we get the guy from Black Panther to play him? I mean, if we'll get Rami Malek to fucking play Alexander, you know?
Mm.
I don't know. Maybe he's kind of old. I don't know. I'm going to let Christy cast this one because I don't want to use any of my actors for this one.
Yeah, previous.
I want it all new, and I'm bringing Chris on. Chris is the only exception because he just fucking works as Sigmund Freud, okay? He can do the accent. He looks like him. It'll be perfect. I don't know what Sigmund Freud's height was. Was he a tall man? Do you know? I'm waiting. Oh, he was
Easy.
he was 5'8".
Oh, well. I'm taller than him, nerd.
Yeah, and that also makes you tall.
Taller than who you cut out?
Oh, Nietzsche.
Hey,
How tall are you, Tim?
I am 5'9".
Congratulations, you're the same height as Karl Marx.
Oh, well.
And I'm just a little bit taller than Karl, but I'm not quite as tall as Young. So,
Oh, wait, Karl Marx isn't that bad.
oh no. You know. I'm just
I was like
curious on the
Stalin.
heights of all the
Good.
various philosophers. Like, how tall was Albert Einstein? He was 5'9".
Hey.
Jean-Paul Sartre was exactly 5 feet tall. It's funny.
A short guy.
Pablo Picasso was 5'4". It's like
Jeez.
my mom's height. Wow. That's crazy.
All these peeps are just short.
You know, Stalin and Hitler weren't too tall either.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think the only one of them that was actually tall was Mao Zedong. Let's see, Stalin's height was... What is wrong with you fucking people? Joseph Stalin. Who the fuck else would I be talking about, you absolute fuck? Yeah, Stalin was 5'6". Hitler's
Jeez.
height was... Oh, congratulations, you're the same height as Hitler.
Well,
There's that. And then
I'll
Mao,
put that on Tinder.
Mao Zedong.
As tall as Hitler.
Same height as... And Mao Zedong, too. Also the same height. Maybe I'm just thinking of their kill counts is what's really different. I mean, it's a fact. It's a fact.
Yeah, well,
But yeah. So,
a lot of projects.
yeah, a lot
In the works.
of shit going down behind the scenes, guys. So don't think that I just finished Randolph Carter and I'm not doing shit now. Because I have made short films for like fucking almost half a year. All right.
Mhm.
I want a moment. Okay. Let me gather myself. We still got to do
Let
talk
me
about.
Let me get back in.
Put me
Let me in.
in the game, coach. I'll knock him out. This is basketball. No, Tyler, stop.
Get the leash.
Why is he talking like that? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, we got a couple of festival notification dates coming up.
Oh, jeez.
Let me just read those off to you real quick. We have one. May 31st. Why are these not in order? What is happening? What is happening? Hang on. What the fuck? Have I just submitted to that many that it's knocked the May one off of the... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in June. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more in July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in August.
Jeez.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in October. And I should have. 4 of those are on the same day. 5 of those are on the same day in October.
Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah. 1, 2 in November. 1, 2 in December. 1, 2, 3, 4 in January.
All the way to January?
All the way to I think one actually runs to February unless I'm. Yep, we've got one in February right now. A lot of these, like, I don't know. I feel like some festivals just want to, get their shit in and then start like as soon as possible, and then some of them want to like they want time to even consider some films. Like the Arizona Short Film Festival is the one in February. And not all of these are for Randolph Carter either. Like there's some terrible old man in here. It also saddens me to say that my box movie got rejected from a film festival.
Oh, jeez.
How saddening, I worked so hard. But yeah,
They just looked at us just like, someone shit posting.
I just love the idea of festival judges actually watching it. Like that's the only reason I did it. Was because I imagine a bunch of, prestige, well-known judges. They sit down in a room and then they put on my box movie.
All right, so this is a quick one, guys. It shouldn't be that much of a problem. People saw it and made sure there's nothing bad in it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go. Hit play.
I'm a box!
Somebody help me! And then just like for the last 10. Ah! Ah! Are we getting paid for this? Did we get paid for watching that one? You only get paid for the one.
America has been. People have declared war on America. This is terrorism.
This is absolute terrorism at its finest. I can't find the May 31st one, even though I know it exists.
It's somewhere out there.
Hey there. Is there anybody out there?
Are you?
Did they take it down? The fuck?
It's gone.
They just disqualified
It's
me
dead.
and I don't get any notice? Is it? Oh, they fucking did.
Oh, what?
The fucking film festival's gone.
Ah.
Oh.
This is awkward.
The only one that I'm really concerned about is the because I feel like it's our audience, is the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival.
Mm.
And I've seen videos from it and like how they conduct things, and I think it would be a really great thing because if we get into that one, I do want to bring at least some of us up there to that film festival, which it's out in Portland, Oregon,
Oh.
which is a little bit of a distance, but
Yeah.
I'm still going.
We can do it.
I'm going.
It's easy.
If we get into that one, I'm going to that one for sure. Some of the other ones, I'm like, I might go. Like maybe one of the Arizona ones, one of the something in Texas, I might go to. The Portland one, that's our people. So these are the people who I think
You're
will
the
appreciate it the
exception.
most. So
Yeah. Well, hey, here's to being in Portland, Oregon.
yeah. And we'll have a bunch of posts. You'll be in front of the camera. Hey guys, it's Tim Gettle here, and I'm at the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival in Portland, Oregon. And I'd be like, get the hell out of the way, Tim!
Oh, God.
Oh. Damn.
We'll do a live podcast in the middle.
We will literally... You think that's a joke. I'll do it. I'll bring microphones up with us, my laptop. We will podcast from our fucking hotel room. I'm not afraid. Like, nothing scares me anymore, And
It's just gonna be like, well, here's to we're sitting here in our hotel room the day before the contest,
Yep.
and we're expecting good things. And this is like, it'll just be like 2 weeks later, and we'll just like, hey guys, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey.
Turns out that there was a comedy
What?
or a comedy category during the film,
Yeah.
and ours was it. It was just, everyone made fun of it.
Yeah. They had a shittiest movie award. They gave it to us. So, truthfully, I'm hoping to walk away with either best adaptation or best short film, because that's what we qualify for. I really feel like, because I went beyond the short story, which maybe they'll hate that, maybe they'll love it. I just feel like it makes my movie different from
Yeah.
every other adaptation of the Statement of Randolph Carter, because they all, I mean, I've seen a few that kind of twisted. Like there was, hang on, excuse me. There was this one called the Statement of Randy Carter, which made Randolph a female and made Harley Warren her lover. And I was like, that's no. But most of them, they all take place inside the interrogation room. They show the flashback. Movie ends. You know? Whereas I feel like we go way beyond anything the short story had. You know?
Yeah.
And we show more.
Moving past it.
So, if you read the short story, you'll see that they're adapting it. You know, like word for word, they adapt the short story, and that's fine. I'm not trying to shit on anyone's work here. I went beyond what most people would do, so I'm hoping that shines in some way to the festival. That, and we've been getting random press coverage that I didn't know about. Like the movies, I haven't even posted a trailer yet, and there's already sites like covering this movie. Is this what fame is?
I don't have to do as much advertising.
Yeah, no. People just find my work. I'm fine with that. I'm not mad. Have at it. No, this site called unnameable.com. They also miscredited us on another post because they said that you wrote The Terrible Old Man.
Oh.
Which I'm not mad about. I don't care. But yeah, they made this post May 4th, which I don't even think we were done with the movie at that point. I'm pretty sure we were still waiting for the score to come through on May 4th. But he said, the Statement of Randolph Carter chronicles two detectives in search of a missing man who must get the story from the last person who saw him. Based on the Lovecraft story of the same name, the Statement of Randolph Carter might be Lovecraft's most adapted tale, which does pose its own challenge. And he said this latest adaptation was written and directed by Todd McAllister and stars Oscar Jimenez, Wayne Davies, Austin Bender, and Chris Cummins. But what I find curious about this one, too, is that on the post, next to Wayne Davies' name, he put The Terrible Old Man in parentheses, when Austin and Chris were also both in The Terrible Old Man as well.
When did they post the Terrible Old Man?
Let me go to their... I think I can actually just type it in, and it'll show up for me. Terrible Old Man. Post... oh yeah, no. Here it is. Yep. Terrible Old Man, March 30th, which we had released it by that time because we released it on March 9th. That's right. But it says here, written by Timothy Gettle and directed by Tyler McAllister.
Well,
And I was like, you know what? I'm not mad. Because I mean, it says on, I'm not sure how they could get it wrong because it says on the poster right there, you know, written
this is
by
awkward.
me, which I'm once again, I'm not mad. I'm not disrespecting. The site has been very nice to me, and they're even going to post on Monday, which we have an announcement. Hip hip hooray! The Statement of Randolph Carter's trailer will be dropping this Monday at 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to check out this trailer, the fuck? What was that?
I'm not even gonna ask.
Okay. I was that just like one of your roommates?
No, that was one of my parents.
Oh shit, you're still there. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was.
I'm concerned. Oh, I think it's a duck call.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a chair.
Or elk call.
Yeah. I was sitting here like, what the hell? Should we watch the trailer now?
I thought. Well, I mean, aren't you premiere?
I mean, it's gonna go up on Monday regardless of anything, but this could just be like a special. Well, never mind. It's private on YouTube anyways, and I'm not gonna risk messing up the scheduling. So, but yeah, no. So the trailer goes live. I held a poll on the Facebook page and I said, hey, vote. Do you want to see the movie sooner or later? Or do you want to see the trailer for the movie sooner or later? And people voted for sooner.
Nice.
So I was like 80% voted sooner. And so I was like, you know what? Majority wins is a democracy. So
It's democracy.
it's a democracy. So next week, Monday, 12:30 p.m. And that would be what, June 3rd? Yeah, June 3rd. Monday, 12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I almost said The Terrible Old Man. The Statement of Randolph Carter goes live. local, out there for the world to see. So check that out. You know, if you find some free time that day. I think you've already seen it, haven't you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you already
okay.
shared it with me.
Yeah, okay. I was making I made sure to share it with everyone.
I'm in the know.
Yeah, you
I have
are.
connections.
Chris loves this movie. He loves the Statement of Randolph Carter. He tells me every time he sees me, this is the best thing you've done yet. Then I showed him the trailer, and he was like, I love this. I'm going to go home and show this to my wife. And I was like, you know what? And the thing is, Chris, I've broken him of this habit that he used to have. He refused to watch anything he was in. Utterly despised the idea of it, and which I respected for a really long time. But I finally convinced him. You know, the thing is with a play, I totally get not wanting to see it because you're there. You're nothing.
Yeah.
You see everything that happens in a play, whereas when you do a movie, you don't know what the fuck I do when I go home. I might go home and make you look like a Nazi. You know, I could, and the way that I manipulate the footage, and you know the
this
way that it
Photoshop
looks,
everyone's face.
give everyone a Hitler stash. You know, the usual. No, yeah, and I guess he's finally watching the stuff that he's in now. I've broken him of the habit of him being like, I don't watch anything I'm in.
No need to be bashful.
Yeah, you know, just watch the movie. I work really hard on it. I know you work really hard on it. I couldn't imagine not watching the stuff I'm in because I'm like, I'm great, you know? How could I not watch the stuff I'm in? All right.
There's the ego.
Yeah. You know I had to do it to him. Yeah, well, is there anything else you want to bring up, Tim? Anything you want to talk about? Anything interesting that you noticed? I noticed something.
Oh, what did you notice?
I don't know if you've heard about this new movie, The Haunting of Sharon Tate, that came out or not.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't.
They are censoring reviewers.
Oh,
Yeah.
are people like just like not? Oh no.
Oh yeah. People are unabashedly shitting on this movie, and a couple of YouTubers that I've watched.
Oh, I think. When did this come out? Like
just recently. It's April 5th, 2019.
Yeah, because I think I saw something about it, but then like, well,
What?
well, I mean they can censor some people, but it is definitely pandas not being good.
Oh yeah, no. Robert Ebert's site didn't think so either. And the thing is, the director guy, he sent a letter to the family of Sharon Tate, telling them all about how her murder affected him and how much the movie means to him, and really it just screamed me the whole time. And didn't even really seem like it was asking for the family's blessing, just telling them, I'm making this movie. Get over it. You know? I've heard Quentin Tarantino's movies gotten a lot more praise from the family of Sharon Tate, whereas the Sharon Tate's sister just completely... Hang on. Actor Sharon Tate's sister, Deborah Tate, has stated she does not support the Hilary Duff movie about her sister's life. Deborah said it's been exploitive since day one. It's been the case since the media went crazy and has perpetuated mistruths, making things even more salacious. And now, it's morphed into something that is more fictionalized than truth at this point. To celebrate the killers in the darkest portion of society as being sexy or acceptable in any way, shape, or form is just perpetuating the worst of our society. I am vehemently opposed to anything that does that. I've been dealing with this for 50 years now. We need to stop this. And I intend to help the family behind the no notoriety any way I can to help make this a national movement. So yeah, she not a fan. Not a fan. And poor Hillary Duff.
That's understandable. That's
You know,
it's like, oh well, everyone's where you know your sister died and all that, but money.
pretty much. Do you know what the plot of this movie is?
No, I never even really heard of the murder.
Pretty much like all of the movie is just Sharon Tate being psychic and being aware of her incoming death.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also give a fictionalized ending where Sharon Tate and her friends live through the murder as well. And
I mean,
they also just pretty much glorify the murderers throughout it as well.
like in what sense? Like how, like
like Deborah Tate said, making them sexy and appealing people,
oh,
and just sort of portraying them in that way instead of demonstrating who they were, pretty much.
well, it depends. Like were the murderers people who like lured her in, like
They broke into their home and murdered them.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was about to say, like, is it like a Ted Bundy situation?
Okay, with Ted Bundy, I totally understand. I understand
Yeah.
making him
Because his
an appealing
charisma was a
person.
part of the.
part of
part
how
of
he
his,
did
like,
what
rap
he did.
sheet.
Yeah, and I watched that movie. Did you watch the new Ted Bundy
I've been
movie
meaning to.
with
I've been
Zac
meaning
Efron?
to.
I watched it. And
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel like I understood that they're trying to show it from the wife's perspective, so they don't really go into the murders all too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a fine movie, and there's nothing in it that made me feel
Like they were praising
yeah.
Ted Bundy as a person.
You know, they just really showed it how it was, which was him saying I'm innocent the whole time. Except,
Yeah.
bless you. Although they did, they essayed what I think would have been the most powerful part of the film. Because he maintains his innocence throughout, but at one point he did tell his girlfriend that he would tell them where the rest of the bodies were if they gave him one more day.
Mm-hmm.
And they completely essayed that in the movie. And they only really show one murder technically, like while it's being committed. But they do show like crime scene photos, and they give like very graphic descriptions of what Ted Bundy did, which is just some really crazy shit when you get down to it. Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck he did some of the shit that he did, I'm like, that's crazy for one man to, bless you,
Thank you.
do and get away with.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile.
I just like how they had the title. I feel like they just had to title that because of the outrage.
Oh yeah, well it is a factual thing technically. It is the.
It's what one of the justices say.
It's what the judge
right?
says to. It's what the judge said when he was describing the crimes that Ted Bundy committed when he was sentencing him. Who, by
Okay,
the
yeah.
way, the guitarist from Metallica, the singer from Metallica, he's in this movie.
Okay.
He
I mean,
played an officer in the movie, and I did not even realize it was him until I looked it up later. I was like, I did not even know that was James Hetfield until
feels
it
weird.
was over. Also, John Malkovich is in it too.
Oh wow.
He plays the judge in it, and he's really good.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good. I really enjoyed John Malkovich in it. He's like,
Well,
and
now
it's
on my
so
list.
accurate, because there's news footage of the court case. So, and they really do a lot of stuff verbatim. There's a part where Ted Bundy's pointing his finger towards the judge, and the judge goes, "Don't point your finger at me, boy." And Ted Bundy keeps going. He's not really listening. He goes, "Don't point your finger at me," and then he stops and he points it at the prosecution, and he, "Don't point it at me. You can point at the prosecution all day, but don't point your finger at me, boy." I was just like, wow, okay, crazy.
Okay then.
I saw some people who got upset because the judge called Ted Bundy partner. He's like, it's a real shame to see such a a bright young man, put his life to waste doing such extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile things. And then he was like, I wish you the best, partner. People were like, I can't believe he called a serial killer a partner. Like, that's probably just how he talks. I know people who call people partner and they hate each other. Watch old cowboy movies. They do it all the time. You ready for
It's
this,
just because
partner?
those Yankees aren't from the South
Fucking
like us.
Yankees, they don't get it. Which, that I'm slowly turning into Bob Dylan. I don't know why. I'm slowly trying to get the Bob Dylan. And poor Hillary Duff, she's catching like 90% of the flack for that Sharon Tate movie, which I get,
Yeah.
because she decided to do it. But it really didn't matter who the hell was playing Sharon Tate in that movie because it wasn't.
It was doomed from the beginning.
It just there's just some things you just don't do when you're doing. I understand, it's public domain because it's public record.
Yeah.
Anyone could do a movie about Sharon Tate if they wanted to. But just because you can
doesn't mean
you should. And he's doing another one. He's doing one about Nicole Brown Simpson. The O.J. Simpson.
How many times do we have to keep teaching you this lesson?
I'm hoping that after Nicole Simpson, he's like, maybe I shouldn't profit off of the death of young women,
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love Chappelle's he does a whole stand-up bit about meeting O.J. Simpson at various times in his life. And he's up there and he's like, so I met OJ in the club once, and standing there was his, well, I don't know how to say this politely, but his soon-to-be slain wife.
Oh!
And then the last time he met OJ was just like, hey, I still love your stuff, man. I'll see you around. Then OJ left the room, and he said that all his friends were sitting there, and they were like, man, he did it. That is a cold-blooded killer right there. I was like, you know what? Relatable. By all accounts, that man should have been convicted, but he was not. Where was the white privilege in that situation? Where is Nicole Simpson's white privilege? What can you do?
Persecute him.
Kill him. But yeah, Ted Bundy. What a guy.
Recently, I've just watched the entirety of the Castlevania anime
Oh, really?
on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
and the first season they did not pull bar with what they showed. Like,
Yeah.
it was visceral.
Woo.
People get murdered left and right. Women, children, men. It was
No mercy for anyone.
Literally, one of the scenes is like this vampire creature just carrying off a dead baby in its mouth.
Fuck. Oh, wow.
I'm just like, okay. But I do gotta say, like, it's none of it came off as like shock value either.
Okay.
It was just like you could just tell that this is how the world they made is, and
Yeah.
just how brutal it
This
is.
is what it is, yeah.
And what I can say is that the animation is just so good.
Mhm.
They put a lot of time and effort into that, and you could tell.
Hell yeah, man. Don't you love when you watch a movie and you're like, oh, wow, this was great? Or a show. You're talking about a show, right?
Mm.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. I watched Alfred Hitchcock's Frenzy recently.
Mm.
And I was just surprised by the amount of tits in that movie. There's tits everywhere. Also, I'm
They're just
sending
like-
you my Letterboxd, which
Oh.
I've recently created. It's a social media website where you can post reviews and people can comment on it and whatnot.
Make your account at Letterboxd/Tyler McAllister.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Get a free 50 days.
Oh no, it's completely free, which is nice.
Oh wow.
Which is what I like about it. You know.
And this is the place where I forget what's his name. There's like a director who
Uwe Boll.
yeah.
Yo, he got banned.
Oh, did
He did, and I was so sad because I followed him on here. He was hilarious.
Where he was just like, what for like all the Marvel movies, just like, would love if very nerdy boy.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man, Uwe Boll's letterbox was great.
I like how the for spoiler warnings is just like, I can handle the truth.
Yeah, sometimes there's a Star Wars one. It just really depends, but yeah. You know, so I wanted to give you that, some literature to read over. Specifically, I wanted you to check out my Exorcist review, which is a little bit further back, but I think it's truly my best review yet. I think it might be on the first page of my, the fourth page of my reviews, but yeah.
Under the Skin.
Great movie.
Rosemary's Baby. There's this sucks.
Caught some, some of these are really funny to me. Like the enemy one.
I can handle the truth. Spider, spider, twin, twin, death!
Oh, yeah. The Virgin Suicide.
The title is accurate.
Yep. It is that. Then on the third page.
Honestly, if I made a review of Enemy and just like, did you know that spiders are a big part of this movie?
Have you watched it?
Yes.
Oh my god. What a
I didn't
fucking-
like it just because of the symbolism, honestly. I was just like,
You're like, this
I
is
was just
pretty.
like, thank you!
That's when oh man, that ending really fucking got me though, because I was like, oh shit.
I would have like read a post like, yeah, the only reason why I gave this a 5 stars on here is because a spider's threatening to beat the shit out of me if I don't.
I would follow you on Letterboxd, to be honest. I would definitely. I'd be like, hell yeah. I wish I had more people on here that I knew. Because that's what's interesting to me about it, is like seeing what people think of movies and how it differs from like. There's so many people on the 8th grade one that are just like, this movie touched my fucking soul, and I'm like, you
Stop
had
this.
a lot of fucking
Cease.
problems in 8th grade, didn't you? I had a good 8th grade was fine for me. I wasn't as awkward as the kid in 8th grade, so I guess maybe I just don't relate to it enough or something. I don't fucking know.
I mean, like, I could probably relate to it just because I hate my middle school years. Not, like, with things that happened to me, but just as, like, who I was as a person.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh,
And
sweet summer child.
I guess there's some parts that I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty fucking powerful. You know, I can agree on some level. I'll be like, yeah.
That's
But
fair.
speaking in terms of relatability, I was fine.
Yeah.
And I cringe at my older self, but not as much as I cringed watching 8th grade. And I had so many people singing praises for that movie, just like, I can't believe it. Oh, it's so good. And I was like, man, I don't feel that way. I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's aight.
Just gotta say, it ain't for me.
It's fine. You know, it didn't hurt anyone. So, although I will say
Heck,
that car scene.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'll just say that the car scene's definitely. I was internally just like, ah, God.
Why?
The whole time I was just like, this is so uncomfortable.
Mm.
And for a movie that you want to watch and be uncomfortable but also enjoy, check out Anti-Porno. Wow. Just wow.
I mean, that's on the nose,
That-
but you
that-
know,
it's a movie that I watched and wow. God damn, that was a weird movie. But I love towards the end I was like, I love this. It's such an artsy movie. I'm sure that people are gonna be like, this is pretentious. And that's fine. I totally get it. I gave it 3.5 stars. But I liked it. It was an enjoyable experience, you know? So yeah. But what now, Tim? We got quite some time to fill. Is there anything
know.
interesting? Anything new in the world you want to talk about?
I'm just trying to pull up all the information I have on.
Let me just
what I've
type in
watched and
news
filled
real
the
quick. News. No, show me news articles. All right, we'll do Fox News. Oh yeah, there was the Mueller
Yeah.
thing.
Mueller?
That guy? Yeah, he talked.
Yep.
I thought he was a young guy. I'd
No,
never
he's pretty
seen him
old.
before. Yeah, he's old as fuck. I was just like, oh,
It's just in. Mueller is really old.
news update. Mueller, old as fuck.
I'll be right back. I need to get a tissue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you do that, man. Take care of yourself. Live life. You know, here's the thing. With what I've been doing recently, you know, I've been watching since I got Letterboxd. I'm pretty much addicted to watching at least a movie a day, and because on Letterboxd I'm able to, you know, catalog when I watched a movie, which I really
You know,
like.
bugger on me. Bugger on me.
Bugger on me.
Because I'm just like, it's the start of summer, and it's like, you know, it hasn't really been this bad for in the terms of allergies.
Yeah.
And just like for the last 2 days, it's just like, hello.
Here I am. Ah! Oh wait, hang on. I got a video for this.
Oh no.
I got a video for this. Yeah.
I feel like this is gonna be like a Mucinex commercial.
Nope, not that, unfortunately. All right, there's that. Let me just
Oh boy.
yet real quick.
Good old Caleb City.
I like
Classic.
him. I like him. Nice guy. Seem
One of the few Vine comedians to keep his momentum.
and just not fuck up as far as I could tell. Wonder what happened with him and his girlfriend. That was a thing for a while, and then she just kind of disappeared.
Probably broke up.
Probably broke up. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
6, 3, 2, 1, and go.
No. Just go straight to A. I got B. Who is it? It's allergies. Wait. What? Open his door. Go away. Open his door. Open up. Open his door. Open up. I said leave. Open up. I said open. No, I told you to leave. No. Why you lock the door? What was the door locked for? You can't do this! I just started breathing, man! You said what? I barely started breathing! Hold on. You wanna breathe? Like breathe clearly? Come on, man, please!
My allergies, the same though, to be honest.
Oh my gosh, bro. You kill me. You really do. Cause we're not gonna be breathing out of both mouths this season. Okay, get C. What you doing there? What you got there? Hold on. No! Your nose is, don't it? Your nose itch? No. I was just breathing. Why me? Huh? It's just genetics. I was just breathing. I was just breathing.
Good times.
Millions of Americans.
Honestly, you're entitled to compensation.
This is how
Allergies beat
I
your
was.
ass recently. Yeah, they have.
Me, a bunch of them just walked in with like a bunch of metal bats, and they just started beating me.
And then my nose was just stuffy forever. I forget what it's like to breathe clearly, and then I do, and I'm like, and then I get used to it, and I stop appreciating it, and then allergies come around. I'm like, I was able to breathe for so many months. I never appreciated it.
This is why whenever people are just like, oh, what's your favorite time of the year? And it's like, winter. This winter. Everything might be dead, but you know what else is dead? My allergies.
Yeah. No fucking mosquitoes flying in my fucking house every night. Those big ass mosquito motherfuckers.
True. All the bugs are dead, so you're just like, I can sit out on my front porch.
But
Except it's freezing.
Yeah.
And it turns out I'm not wearing anything.
So I heard Billie Eilish is the bad guy. Did you hear about that?
In a literal sense?
I don't fucking know. She had a song.
Did she start?
I keep getting ads.
I mean,
for
she
her. I'm
does
fucking
have a
sick of
song
it.
that's called Bad Guy.
Oh, are you a Billie Eilish fan, Tim?
There's a few songs.
Really? Really?
Yes.
I fucking hate her. I want to hit her. I'm sick of her being alive.
Oh God.
I haven't listened to her music though. To be fair, I've only heard Bad Guy, and that. Nah. Nah, not a fan. Really not a fan of that one. I like Eminem's
I
Bad
think-
Guy. You know, I like that one. Actually inspired me. You
Let
know
me see.
what? What?
I'm just checking which ones I do
You
like.
motherfucker! No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Recently played. I think my only issue with her is that I just hate the moment where you can just tell that she's just like, I want to do something in the song, like
Yeah.
against her producer's like wishes or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's like always like a random point in the song where it just doesn't make any sense,
Right.
and it's just like, okay, Billy, just calm down.
Please don't do this.
Let's see. I liked Illimo. Wish You Were Gay. That one's actually pretty decent. And is there another one I like? All Good Girls Go to Hell is alright. Like, there's a few on there that are decent.
Okay.
I can understand, like, her voice is very, her vocal
Polarizing?
style is very, polarizing.
Okay. Yeah, and I listen to a lot of artists that are like that, so that's totally fair. You know,
Mhm.
I get it. She's got an appeal, especially to Tim here. You want to fuck her, don't you?
What?
Probably. She's like,
Well,
she's
no.
underage, isn't she?
I had a friend who was just like, yo, dude, if I ever met her, and I was like, she's 17.
I'm Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat?
Yeah.
God damn.
Welcome. Just take a seat.
That's so funny. I love when that happens. Like I remember.
I love the Discord video where it was just some guy making fun of like Discord in general, where it's just like they're like Discord saying like it's for gamers,
Yeah.
and then it's just like pointing out all these like furries,
right.
lolly communities,
Yeah.
and then just like one person who was just like talking about his lolly fantasy, and then they just pick up they just use a clip of Chris, and it's like, would you please take a seat?
Yeah. And I was thinking of this video that I saw where these guys were watching the Oscars.
Mhm.
And there's this girl singing, and they're watching, and this guy's like, you know what? I'd fuck her mouth. And then they were watching it live, and later on the chat's like, yo, she's 15. And he's like, wait, is
Whoa.
she really? Looks up at him, and she's like, oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
Ladies
The
and
guy's like,
gentlemen.
what did you say? You'd have sex with her? He's like, no, I said I'd fuck her mouth. Oh, Jesus.
Oh!
Oh, God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's just that.
That's how I am on Snapchat. Whenever I was messaging Chris and Austin,
Uh-huh.
and like they would say something jokingly, and then I just like screenshot it. And the best part about Snapchat is that whenever you screenshot, is that it notifies them
Yeah.
that something's happening, and that's what I thrive off of. They just say something that is obviously a joke,
Yeah.
and then I'm just like, just screenshot it without any context, and just like, wait,
Hey,
wait,
wait, no! Stop! Stop! Oh my God.
That's the best part about blackmail is that it's just them knowing that you have the information.
I found this one Letterboxd review that I actually screenshotted,
Mhm.
and it's Get Out, and they gave it half a star. I haven't seen the film, and I have no clue how to use this app. However, the poster looks gay, so I'm giving it half a star. Please visit my page. I know a lot about films.
What?
Now I just want to cite like Letterboxd, except we just rate movies posters without having watched the movie.
Just
Poster
first
looks
impressions.
gay, so I'm giving it half a star. You know, to be
I
fair,
can see that. I can see that Disney went for the classic orange to blue gradient.
Nothing outside the usual here, boys.
Two
Graphic
stars to
design
any
is
same
my
person.
passion. Like
Two-
everything's the same.
2 stars for any sane person. 5 stars if you're a person who would like Disney.
Imagine liking Disney or anything made by Disney
Bunch of
in
nerds.
the modern day. You know, what a bunch of shills. You know, I just want.
I'll make fun of Disney, but I'm over here watching Avengers and Star Wars still, so
That's
I'm
why
still
you're
giving the
a
money.
fucking shit. Learn, Tim.
Mhm.
Real quick. It's great. You know, I don't give money to people I don't like. And a movie I pirated recently and watched was Dancer in the Dark. Excuse me.
Oh God.
With Bjork is in it.
Bjork.
She's the lead actress in it. It's the only time
Oh,
she's
huh.
acted, and she said it was such a horrible experience she would never do a movie again.
Ooh. Well,
And apparently each day she would show up to the set and tell the director, "I despise you," and would spit at him
oh. Wow.
every day.
I think the feeling was mutual.
You know.
Did he do anything to warrant it, or?
Apparently, supposedly, he sexually assaulted her. Something like that, I guess. And apparently, he didn't like her either. But also spent a year begging her to do the role. So, I also just
Feels
don't
weird.
like this director, so maybe I'm biased, you know? It's Lars von Trier. For anyone who's curious, I don't think he's ever done a good movie. Except for Dancer in the Dark and Dogville. But everything else, I just feel like, oh, he's being edgy and artsy again.
Mm-hmm.
I can be edgy and artsy, but I choose not to because I want to try new things, Lars. You
On a
absolute
first name
fuck.
basis, it's like, come on, Lars.
Come
You
on,
just-
Lars.
you
You
quit
know,
it.
I've seen quite a few of his movies. I feel like I know him by this point. I feel like he jerks off to his movies in his free time, you know? Being,
I can see it.
you know, there's directors that I think that of, you know?
Director, I feel like most directors are like that.
Do you really? I mean, I don't do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I don't.
The lead star history.
Yeah. Just put my movies on Pornhub. Oh, the fucking cinematography's so good. Oh. But yeah. So don't like Lars von Trier. Like Dancer in the Dark and I like Dogville. I think those are the only two good movies he's made. He's the director who said it was at some film. You know what? Just let me just show it to
Oh
you.
no.
I'm gonna show you.
This isn't going to be good, folks. Am shook.
And you know it's bad when I'm getting it from a mainstream media place.
Oh God.
I just feel bad for Kirsten Dunst in this too. All right, let me know when you're ready. What do you have? Ads, nerd?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, ad block? Please? 3, 2, 2, 1, and go. Hi, Telegraph.
But anyway, I know I really wanted to be a Jew, and then I found out that I was really a Nazi, you know, because my family was German, Hartmann, which also gave me some
fuck.
pleasure.
Oh, shit.
So I'm kind of yeah.
Sir,
What can I say? I understand Hitler. I'm
Kirsten, she's like,
but I can see him sitting in his bunker in the end.
can we?
But there will come a point at the end of this. There will come. I will. No, I'm just saying that I think I understand the man.
Ooh, the neck
not-
crane.
You would call it good, but I understand much about him, and I sympathize with him a little bit. Yes, but come on, I'm not for the Second World War, and I'm not against Jews. Susanne Bier is no, not even Susanne Bier. That was also a joke. I am, of course, very much for Jews. No, not too much, because Israel is a pain in the ass. But still, how can I get out of this sentence?
Just stop talking.
by another question.
I am.
Here's your salvation.
Oh, there's just. But no, I just want to say about the art of the. I'm very much for Speer. Speer, I liked. Albert Speer, I liked. he was also maybe one of God's best children, but he had some talent that was kind of possible for him to use during. Okay, I'm a Nazi.
Completely different note. Peter.
Why? Oh my god.
Oh God.
Did no one just like just stop?
Well, you could see Kirsten like leaned over, like, "Hey, please."
Could you not
doing
right now?
this. Oh man, yeah. So, I just wanted to show you that.
It's just so. I was like, it's like, I guess I'm a Nazi. It's just like,
It's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna own this. And Kirsten's just sitting there like, I gotta get a new agent. I gotta fucking stop getting put in rooms with this fucking man. This is our third movie.
you best hope that I don't see a bus around us, because I am throwing you
You know, he did
under that bitch.
He did go on to apologize, of course.
Mhm.
Doesn't really help anything, you know. Poor Kirsten Dunst just sitting up there like, I can't stop him. I have no way of stopping him.
Why did this happen?
I'm just an actress. I can only hope that we get on a panel together, Tim, and I get to do that to you. You know, Tim, working with Tim is really, I understand pedophiles, you know?
Oh
I and Tim helped me learn that.
What?
Oh man. No,
You better not see a bus around me.
I hope me and Tim end up on a panel one day and it goes just, swimming.
You're making me want to not be on a panel.
I'm just imagining what us on a panel would be like.
I always think that it's so painfully awkward. Like, I can talk to like random people.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But,
for
like, there'll
days.
always be like that one person who gives you like the oddball. I love the Minecon panels are just so good.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All I can hope is that we have like a decent, like a reasonable audience. That,
Oh
like,
yeah.
we appeal to. Obviously,
How come you
they're,
didn't
like,
cast
20
any women in this, you absolute fuck? I reject your hypothesis. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, Tarantino was doing a panel for his new movie, and this journalist was basically like, I see you got Margot Robbie here playing Sharon Tate, and you didn't give her very many lines. Why is that? And Quentin Tarantino just leans into the microphone and just, well, I reject your hypothesis. And that's it. That was his answer to it. Oh, man. But yeah, I hope we get like an audience that likes the movie, and isn't like, why would you do this to people? What I'm really afraid of is the politically charged questions.
Mm.
Is this a statement on Trump? Is this a statement of Donald Trump? No. Where in the
Yeah, just ask
the
it on.
fuck did you get
Turn it
that?
on.
Do you hate Jews? Who told them? Turn off the mic. Did you tell them? Have you been talking to people, Tim? No, but
Play along with it.
yeah, right. I would. It'd be an improv night for me, and I'd go on Twitter the next day. Yeah, me and Tim were just having an improv up there when we just shouted the N word for 20 minutes straight. It was like experimental press conference,
I guess imagine just like we're just joking around, like, because it's one of those like journalists from like obviously like Washington Post or something where they're just looking for a hit piece.
Something. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then you're just like, they just like you say something, you obviously debate them out, and you're just like, oh well, if I just like say something for instance, then you're just gonna take that out of context, so you're just gonna try to rile up anything.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, I'll just put like a Twitter post saying like, hey, in case you already didn't know, which I'm pretty sure you all do, don't trust the Washington Post.
Yeah, right. I could see it. I'd be up there. I'd be like, yeah. So then usually I hand the script off to Tim, and he reads over it, and he, gives me no. And then next day, Tyler McAllister has sweatshop of Asian boys reading over script each day. It's like, what the fuck? It's just Tim, first off, and you don't need to sympathize with him. He's a pedophile. No. But
And I'll just be like, I can confirm, I really like to sweat whenever I read these scripts.
I just read them in a sauna. It gets kind of hard because, I start getting sweat marks all over the script, and then I can't read because I fucked the ink up. But, it puts me in the right headspace, He wrote a World War II piece, so they put me in a gas chamber while I read the script. It helps to have the ambiance of what you're reading.
It's immersion at its finest, okay?
To get into Freudian slip, I had a successful love life for a short while. It was nice.
And whenever we got done writing the script, I just ended it.
Yeah,
I didn't need it anymore. Oh, Jessica, she was really too talking about marriage
I
and all
really
that.
liked you two together. It was weird that you two stayed together for 2 years and then quit the moment we finished Freudian slip.
I know.
Freudian slip takes me 2 years. I'm gonna kill myself. I just want to throw that out there now.
I'm just saying, if I go into a relationship and it lasts during only the entirety of Freudian slip, I'm killing somebody.
You just completely jinx yourself on this podcast.
I'll just be like, we start filming, and then it's just like I start talking to.
Oh yeah.
Hey, this is going well, and then I'm just like, wait a minute, nope, we're not going through this.
Yeah, I finished it. I'm like, hey, Tim, we're done. You're like, oh, okay,
No, you're
cool.
not.
You get sent a text, we're breaking up. What the fuck? Tyler, you have to write another romance. And you can never stop writing another romance. Wait, what? Yeah, you heard me, bitch. Do it. Do it now.
Just keep writing.
Oh, excuse me. But yeah, this is the camera I'm looking at.
Oh.
Specifically this pack, just because, I guess I could probably just get the camera by itself. And, since how much is it for just the body? Okay, without the deluxe kit.
Ooh.
$8.99.
Canon.
Okay. Yeah, Canon's what I use now. It's what I've always used, so I'm just sticking to what I know. Oh no, with the lens, that's important. Okay, so like $900 or so.
Moving up in the world.
And then if I get a row, or I might just get the package because fuck this buying things separately and whatnot, Then we've got the Rode Pro mic. And I just want to get something that has an external mic because, while I love this camera that I have and I will continue to use it while using this camera as well, I can just never tell what the mic's going to do sometimes. I can read the levels, but how much can those levels really tell me? At the end of the day, I can't tell what those levels are actually. I can't tell if that's voice, if it's wind noise. I need to be able to tell if the mic's peaking. I need to be able to tell all these various things. And with an external mic, that's just going to be a lot easier because I can be like, okay, the mic is here, it's aimed in this direction, the wind is blowing this way, or the actors are over here, that kind of stuff. So, but yeah. So
It's moving up. It's upgrade.
That's going to be for Freudian slip. I'm going to get a new camera before we start shooting that one. Talk about will probably be shot with my same Canon that I have right now. I can't be fucked. Spend money. So, yeah.
Well, hey, if once you buy the new camera, at least you don't have to worry about getting a new one anytime soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully. And if you do, then hopefully you have the money to just be like, yeah, I can buy like 20 of these.
Oh yeah, we're gonna kill it at the film festival circuit. Here's the way I foresee things going. So Randolph Carter. These are my hopes, obviously. It's gonna do well, I think, at film festivals. I think it's got the production value. I think it's got, the soundtrack is good. All the performances in it are solid. There's no part where I cringe at anyone's performance. Which I also want to add, Wayne's first scene, the first one he shows up in, Wayne had quite literally woken up and drove over for that scene.
Oh.
So, because he fell asleep before the shoot and he was late, and so in that scene, that dazed and very off-putting essence that he has, it's very much that's just how I was feeling that day, to be completely honest.
Full blast.
And so when he gives and I feel it works because when he gives a really sober performance later on, it makes Randolph's statement seem like kind of an exaggeration, So Yeah, huge spoilers there. Don't watch this podcast. As a matter of fact,
Pretend you never heard
just
that
negate
part.
anything I just said, you know? And wait for the trailer to come out on Monday. I'm real excited about that. You know, we're getting press, so I think things are looking good for the statement of Randolph Carter.
Things are looking up.
One day I'm going to compile all of these episodes into one video, and I'm going to submit that to film festivals. It's going to be like a 42-hour movie.
The Somewhat Okay podcast presents a Somewhat Okay movie.
Perfect. But yeah.
Things on the horizon.
You know, we're
Out
out
here.
here. We doing stuff. Big stuff. Tim's writing something. I'm writing stuff. I've finally written another feature after a whole bunch of time spent on making these goddamn shorts. God damn it. Which, I mean, you know, the shorts are fun. They are. But features are more rewarding, you know?
Yeah, you put a lot more time and effort, and
And then, you know, festivals will be like, oh, a romantic comedy starring Sigmund Freud.
seems legit.
You know, that people buy into that. How many pages is the script now?
I
97.
think what?
96,
Yeah.
technically. Because it counts the title page.
So
for
like
some
hour
reason.
30? Reasonable movie length.
But yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
You did it.
You know. And
I'm just looking over it.
And you've got a co-writing credit on this one. Because you did largely help me come up with the story, so you know.
We were both inebriated, but that's beside
You know
the
what?
point.
And the thing is, it was what I love about this one is it just started off as a joke. You know, like ha ha ha! How funny would it be if every time a guy went to have sex, Sigmund Freud showed up? And that's what it started with. And then I was like,
Yeah.
Then I did my thing
It
where
could
I'm
be
like,
so much more.
what if we did all this relationship shit?
Mm.
Let's do that. And so we did. And now we have. And now we just have to get it going, you know?
Easy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezo.
I'm sorry, what?
Peasy, lemon squeezo.
Why are you like this?
I'm unclear on what you're trying to say.
I'm just disappointed. That's all.
Why? What's wrong with that one?
What isn't wrong with it?
I can't find a single error in that sentence.
That's part of the
You
problem.
want to point it out? You fucking fat...
Pizzo.
What?
Whoa.
What's wrong?
Whoa. Are you fat shaming,
I
bro?
was going to call you a faggot,
on
actually.
Twitter.
But you know what?
Oh, well, yeah, I don't care about homophobia.
You know what?
Fatties. I just can't.
That's what they called me all through middle school, and I just don't take it anymore. Actually,
They'll all
I
learn.
was skinny as shit in school. You know what? Never mind. I weighed 125 pounds when I graduated high school. So you know what? That doesn't work for me.
I did meth in school.
I was just straight up addicted to cocaine. You know what happened the other day for me? I came into contact with the voice actress for Dora the Explorer.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, the second voice actress for Dora the Explorer. But still, and she also offered to do digital marketing for my next movie.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what she does now.
what?
She's a musician and she does digital marketing. She stopped, you know, and also she's our age as well.
Oh, what?
She's my age. She's 23.
What?
Yeah, so she was Dora the Explorer when she was like 12,
Yeah, it makes sense.
you know? So the things
Actually, it
that
doesn't
come
make
across-
sense. They use like
Oh yeah.
25-year-olds all the time.
All the time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah. So that was the thing that happened.
How did you meet her? Or, like, how come in
I was
contact?
on like stage 32, you know? And then I saw she had a post up and I was reading it and she was like, "Yeah, I used to voice act for television when I was younger." And I was like, "Oh, I wonder what you did." So I googled her name. And then I found her IMDb page and I was already talking to her at this point. And then I found the fucking I found her IMDb page and it was like you know, Dora the Explorer 2008 through 2014. I was like, "What the fuck? For real?"
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty
hey
much
man,
it.
hey man, you know, it's just if it happens, it happens.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, if I guess I should get used to that, maybe. You know, like if I'm at a and I'm Boots. I guess I should get used to that. You know, if I like come across someone at a festival. I've never been starstruck by anyone before. You know, I've been like,
Yeah.
oh shit, that's a celebrity, but I've never been like, oh my god, I brushed shoulders with Jeff fucking Rosenstock. You know, I never do that. I bump into them. I'm like, oh shit, like I was fucking in the same In and Out as Tyler the Creator at one point.
Okay.
I never went and talked to him, but he was fucking there, and I know it was him.
Oh,
You know, so. I heard him talking, and you know he was with like some people, so I didn't want to go over and fuck with them. You know, that's
Yeah.
not who I am. If I see a famous person, I'll talk about it later, like I'm doing now. But yeah, I just saw him, and he was sitting there and eating a burger, and I was like, shit, that's Tyler the fucking Creator. And I was a really big fan back then. This was in like 2013.
you're Tyler. I'm Tyler.
Let's make this work. Produce my movie, you fucking asshole.
Oh God. You do this right now.
Just sign, and give me money.
Oh God.
Sorry, I'll stop.
We're gonna escort him out.
Have you ever met a famous person, Tim?
I don't think so.
Came across one? No one. Ever?
Nothing. No. I do remember. What's it?
This can't be good.
In elementary school, they had the kid from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. They had the
Taylor
Shark
Lautner?
Boy. Yeah, he came to our school for like an assembly.
What school was this? Taylor Lautner
Sandia.
came to Clovis.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he like I remember we were like some of us were excited because he was to give us like these autographs or whatever. But you know what they did?
Huh.
They just printed out the same picture and his signature on it and just gave it to everyone. I was just like, really?
Now,
I remember that only because of that.
that's some grade A shit right there. Wow.
Because they're just like, yeah, he's too busy. We're just gonna.
I have a friend that lives in Los Angeles, and he was at the release party for Jurassic World, and Chris Pratt was there.
Oh,
And they were in the same party, him and Chris Pratt. And so he was hanging around Chris Pratt. You know, he was talking to people and taking pictures with them. And you know, my friend was waiting his turn, and he finally got to Chris Pratt. He was like, "Hey, man, can I take a picture with you?" And you know, Chris Pratt starts posing with him and getting ready to take the picture. And then he's like, "You know what, man?" He sort of pushes his phone down gently. Let's just embrace the moment, you know. And then he walked away from him.
What?
And just didn't take the picture with him.
well,
And yeah, so hey, Chris Pratt's people. You know, my boy still needs a picture, you know. So
we're suing you.
just couldn't believe that. I've never had a celebrity tell me no for a picture before. So I've taken pictures with like Jeff Rosenstock, Roswell Kid, Chris Farron, and they've never been like, "No, I won't take a picture with you, you absolute fuck. How about you fucking kill yourself? Get the fuck
You're
out
just
of my
like,
face."
What did I do?
Jesus, it was like Bjork attacking that reporter. Have you ever seen that?
No.
She's like getting off of the plane at an airport, you know,
Oh.
early as shit. And the reporter's
yeah.
like, "Good morning, Bjork," and she's like, "Bitch!" And she starts
know.
fucking waylaying on this fucking reporter.
This like snaps.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit, no, Bjork, wait, oh wait, World Star doesn't exist yet. I can't even do that joke." Yeah, Bjork, no. I don't know. I love watching reporters watching paparazzi get the shit beat out of them. I think it's hilarious.
Had it coming. Look at this guy.
Like, this is one where, you know, it was justified because the girl like reached at his camera and he sort of like kicked at her. You know, I get it. You know, camera's expensive. I understand. I have a camera. I'd kick someone grabbing my camera. But fucking boyfriend just comes over. You want to touch my girlfriend? He starts punching the fuck out of this journalist.
Oh God.
Like gets him pinned to the front of a car. Oh man, there's some fucking good ones out there. So, but yeah.
Well, just just be careful out there. Don't get your ass beat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sticking cameras in very tired people's faces probably wasn't the best choice.
I would do the same thing because let me tell you, I already hate being at airports. I hate going to them. I hate being inside of them. I hate going through the lines. I hate getting up early as shit to get on a long ass flight.
Am I here?
What?
Why am I here?
Yeah. And so can you imagine you walk in there? Hey, Tyler, is it true you rape cats? Oh, God, I almost hit him. I got to calm down. I almost fucking hit him. This is the third time today. Not only that, but I bet they were harassing her since she came from, like, the hotel or wherever she came from. Because this is a nonstop thing with these people. You can't go anywhere. So Kirsten Dunst, she's like, seriously, you're taking pictures of me coming out of the gym? Do you think anyone wants their picture taken when they're coming out of the gym? Really? They're like, you look great. She's like, shut up, bitch. Or like Kanye West, like getting home at 5 a.m. and someone's like, good morning, Kanye. Shut the fuck up. Please. Please, man. I'm the same. I'd do that to someone who's not a paparazzi. Fucking outside my house at 5 in the morning. Fuck you. Go somewhere. Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, if it was outside my house, I'd be like, 911. Oh well, that's a different reason why I'd call 911. Yeah, I'm calling the cops on you, Tyler. And your crime against humanity. That is your microphone. Oh, it just keeps going.
It worked really long, Yeah. We came pretty fucking far without it happening.
It happened earlier.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
yeah.
that was like, what, like 5 minutes in?
Yeah.
We made it here. You know what, Tim? Since we're here, you want to give us that wrap up.
Today's wrap up is sponsored by Gillette.
Yeah.
Controversies always get you money.
Faggot.
But what? First off, we were talking about
PUBG.
we were talking PUBG.
PUBG
Yeah, we were talking about how it was getting banned and
yes.
all these people fucking overreacting. And
Yep. That was the thing.
then we talked about we started going on the movie tirade, talking about what's in progress, Freudian slip.
Notes,
we got talked about the box litter,
the what?
Letterbox.
Letterboxd, yeah.
First try. Talked about some allergies because I had to go get some tissues.
Yep, allergies suck. True.
Just talking about movie reviewing in general,
Oh,
what
yeah.
we've seen recently.
Uwe Boll.
And then we were just here talking about things.
Yeah. So.
Just like every somewhat okay podcast.
Yeah, I like
Watch
the
them all on
Somewhat Okay
Twitch.
podcast. Watch all of them.
Right
Or
now.
I'll kill you.
We'll kill you twice.
Just kidding. Don't watch all of them. Some of them.
We'll
kinda
kill
suck.
you, then we'll revive you because you long for the feeling of having a family again.
Mhm.
Then we'll kill your family and leave you alive.
That's how you do it to them. This is how you win wars, kids.
And by that point, if we get to the family killing phase,
Mhm.
we're not even going to revive your family after that. You made us do this. We warned you. You
Yeah.
did this to yourself.
And also be sure to check out the trailer for the Statement of Randolph Carter on Monday,
Monday.
12:30 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm going to be watching it at work.
I'm going to be watching it from probably in my room.
Are you gonna check it out when it goes live?
Oh yeah,
Give me
premiere.
those sweet views. Oh yeah, and the website's gonna put it out too. That the trailer's going
wow.
live. So we got some press going on here. I fucks with it heavy.
Things are getting big, people.
Really are.
Well, remember all you little people.
Oh yeah,
on this
you
podcast.
fucking peasants, fucking pieces of shit, Fucking
Oh,
worthless cunts. Never helped me do fucking. No, I'm kidding. I'm completely.
Your viewership is all we need.
Exactly, you know? You don't need to support my Patreon. Patreon.com/Tyler McAllister. And Tim's Patreon that he hasn't made yet, but he needs to. Everyone has a Patreon now. E-Thoughts, Cripples.
You could be the fear raiser and only have like 1 million subscribers on
White
dollars.
white supremacists have Patreons. Everyone's got a Patreon now.
If people can get funded for showing their tits, then you can get funded for whatever skill you have.
Exactly. You don't even need a skill anymore. It's 2019, dude. Internet welfare checks are the biz now.
Just show up whatever you got, boy or girl. Alright.
But yeah. So lots of big stuff coming. Somewhat Okay Podcast, episode 43. I'm Tyler.
I'm Tim. Come on!